Yeah. Again, you have to be closing these ones out. One thing that to note here is that Malms has been so far the worst performer for TeamOne in both of his maps, or both of his series rather. That's a bit worrying for TeamOne as well, right? If they don't have that extra firepower, man, if he's not going to show up here in playoffs, I don't think TeamOne are going to be, wielding what this roster is so deadly for. He is their star for a reason, and it's a very good reason at that. They need him to show up here today to try and best some familiar matchups, some familiar opponents, but we'll see if he can come into the server.
Yeah, I mean, even the other series that we saw before with TeamOne, I mean, Peso was the one that was able to put some big numbers. IDK even had some decent moments as well. So, like you said, the fact that Mulbs is just not kind of hitting that same form that we know for, we're going to have to see if it's going to change here for this one. This round already commenced. You can see EG going for the pop through apartments already. They're trying to get themselves through, but look at that pace in IDK. They're able to find the doubles, getting those dualies to work. So I'll be able to find a nice little bit of reply, though. He's trying to see what he can do through these smokes, and Walco finally able to help him out. So now we're back to an even footing. The advantage coming back. Not again. Never mind. The advantage is gone, and all of a sudden it's just a 2-2.
Constantly going tit for tat on the trades right now. Chop going to be the next person to strike here. Melb's still stuck in on the site. He gets spotted out. Oh, the headshot doled out from Walco. Puts him in a 1-on-2 here. Maluk trying to recover, making a lot of noise on this. He clears out mini pit, but it's the wrong clear. Big pit is where Walco lies, and a big brain there on EG Black. He's going to finish the job there. Walco, very smart reposition. And Evil Geniuses, they kick things off the right way with a pistol round win.
Yeah, definitely a good pistol round that comes in, and EG finally getting themselves in a better position like I talked about. I mean, for EG, their pistol round, win percentage is not that high. Like, in all honesty, in this map on both sides, like, it's about a 35% win rate. So, I mean, the fact they're able to get that, yeah, we'll take it anytime. Any day of the week, it'll be fine. But now this is a good boost for them. CT's actually going to put a full investment into this with the Deagles. Talk about those Brazilian Deags, right? I mean, those things are just deadly. But we'll have to see if TeamOne have been able to get a little bit of a warm-up and DM session for them.
Yeah, get those warmed up early. That's a huge chance to pick up some advantages. That's an insane peak right there. Maluk going down towards the middle, doing a lot of damage, putting Stan on notice early on, and getting out without a single scratch is quite valuable. But still leaves him in a position where they have to close out with only pistols here. Now, Wise, a little triple up on that B side. As you can see, Maluk joining forces with his two anchors and Malbs boosted up with a Deagle, as well as Maluk. In fact, make it all 5. Oh man, this could get very dicey for Evil Geniuses if they just stock standard execute in towards this bomb site.
Oh man, and they don't really have any time to pull back on this anymore. They have to commit to it. And now even the flashes come in, and Maluk's actually able to find that first, but it is only going to be the one though. Still, 4 players waiting. Look at this crossfire. EG still trying to re-aggress into this. Flash is coming in. The Deagle's able to find it. Mulbs is able to find it. TRK with a double too. Oh, goodness gracious. And it's a full mop up here. And TeamOne have been able to bring things back to a 1-1. And we're going to get that replay. Look at how well this is executed.
Bam. That immediately strikes fear into their hearts right there. And then they get caught by the boost. And TRK gets 2. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Evil Geniuses, they just walk right into the stack. They tried to prod for a little bit of control. What I love about TeamOne is they started out 4 towards that A side to get that smoke recycled down towards the top mid, so map control is very difficult to come by for Evil Geniuses, and then they just call out a absolutely bold play over towards that B side there, but it works out wonderfully for them. That's some excellent calling coming through from TeamOne. Some nice shooting coming through from Mouse with a Deagle as well.
Well, we talked a lot about it, right? I mean, we're saying Mulbs has to get these shots, and yeah, he gets the opener. It's what you want if you're a TeamOne fan. But
oh, yeah.
Now a tough position. I mean, again, light armor, a couple players, only one player having full armor, a bit of utility available. Flash coming into bracket. And now there's a big flank coming as well, so you can even see Mulbs and also Pace are going to be able to go for the backstab. There it is, oh man, that thing is just racking in the cash. And this EG plan, this execute, it's been fumbled, and there you go. Rush remaining the last player. No long for this world, and there we go. TeamOne, 1 casualty, and that'll do.
Certainly. I mean, it talked about Malb's very rough performance so far in playoffs, and he did kind of turn it around. He had a really good game versus MIBR just a couple minutes prior there for the Blast Premier Fall Showdown. So, you know, impressive result over there. I kind of want to see him bring that energy in. I don't want to see a lifeless Malbs ever on this Team1 roster, and so far in his opening matchups, that's kind of what we got out of them. That's why they struggled so much versus kind of a lesser experienced team like Brazen, and I think that's why they really lost to Nouns in the way that they were. There was no firepower piece firing back at them, you know, at the fashion that Malbs can, especially if you talk about some of the aggression that you're going to get on this, the T side. I felt like there was so much space being created by Nouns. They had so much free of charge. And if Malbs is starting to warm up off that last map that he just played versus MIBR, you know, if he's already feeling it in the server, it's going to take a lot to stop him on EG.
It's a really good point. And again, like you said, I mean, nobody was really firing it up at all. I mean, I think in that entire series, is Maluk and TRK were kind of the more heavy hitters, if you want to call it that. But they were, I mean, they were the only two that really kind of stood out in terms of, you know, impact in that game. But now things are going to have to change for this one. EG, again, no investment. They're just going for Glocks. They're just going to try to do a little bit of a pop, and there we go. Yeah, bit of a gimme. Team1. They don't lose anybody, so that's perfect. But now here's the test. This is where we do get to see if I was thinking maybe the money could have been there for the op. It's just a bit too short, so Wiz actually going to just stay with that AK. We saw him earlier on too, right, Cole? I mean, he was able to get some pretty sick shots. I mean, he was the one player that stood out for me for EG versus the last series.
Ooh. Bark, bark. My dog's getting riled up there. Yeah, it definitely stood out to me as well. Wiz, I'm hoping he can continue that, man, because, again, like I've been saying, this guy's continuing to show a rise in form this season. He's been putting up the best numbers so far in his career, and he's doing it with the rifle right now in this round. Able to find out the boost and pluck one out of the server. Nicely done right there from him, but still, there's so much more presence on this B side here. In the 3-on-4, they have a hefty stack over towards that B side. IDK and Malbs in that direction, but Wise repositioned here. Wise, a little mid-rounding coming through from Stan to hit that A side quick.
Yeah, now they're going to go right back for the bread and butter. They're going to go towards the A site. This is what EG love to do on their T sides. And there it is. Rush is able to find TRK, takes him out. He takes some damage, but that's fine. Bomb's going to go down. The last two remaining CT is going to be in the bottom at Banana, but even at this kind of a point, I mean, they do have a smoke and molly available, but I mean, it's a 2-on-4, and the money's not tight. I mean, they have enough funds, but I feel like this is the right call. You just got to go for the save and not really, you know, kind of throw these away.
Yeah, it's an easy call. It's not going to happen on a 4-on-2 retake. You know your odds are slim to none. Malbs on AK is something you kind of want for as long as you can get away with it on the CT side as well, so all good options. But like you said, I like your little point you mentioned there. It's a kind of an EG classic right now in Inferno. It's why they have such good T sides, at least from what we've gathered out of playoffs, is that
oh, that was close.
They are great at hitting some repositions. Once they do find those man advantages, once those openers come their way, I feel like what EG do best is playing in those 4v4s, those 4-on-3s, so incredibly well, man. Because, again, you look at Stanislaw, he's one of the more experienced IGLs in the scene right now, in ECL. So, you know, he's gonna be able to call circles around a lot of these IGLs in these mid rounds, in the even situations when things get awkward and you have to reposition. So we have to see them keep coming in with that energy. Great counter utility tossed in. Well, it is going to be banana control gathered from Evil Geniuses. They're pressured off. Walco taking heavy fire, as you can see.
Yeah, and I even think that's, I believe that's Stan that's actually still, again, just kind of being that distraction point, just trying to fight these players. Maybe the flash might come in from the Team1 players. Molly going to be thrown just towards Car. Malb's able to clear it. He's actually going to go for the swing, possibly. Just going to wait a little bit longer. Oh, just barely missing that shot. Still having 3 players on the base of Banana here from EG, and kind of just, again, getting a feeler. And Team1 now, they fully stacked this. I mean, they have 4 players committed to this A site, just leaving it to Malbs by himself to anchor this B site. If he gets taken out this quickly, This is a free site, guarantee. In a tough retake situation. I mean, utility's pretty much been dispensed of for the most part. I mean, there's still quite a bit, but not the greatest as before. Now the rotate's coming in, and Mulbs is able to find one. Gets himself a new reposition. EG, a little bit of hesitation on this still with 38 seconds left. And this is what we saw before, Cole. I mean, again, look at how much hesitation there is, and now they got 30 seconds, but Rush is going to try to lurk and get this kill. They need this, and he misses that opportunity.
Well, it could be everything, though. Oh, it is. That's going to cut off both players here. And yeah, IDK wisely has to fight for it. He's going to go straight on through the flames. But now he's the last line of defense here. And he gets taken down on low HP. The rotation's a little bit too haphazard. Post plants aren't too pretty, but still, Wiz is getting the job done. 2 headshots from him. The collapse is coming through from TRK. But they completely rotate off that A side right there. It comes back to haunt them. At the end of the day, everyone ran in towards B. Everyone thought it was going to be an execution. EG were telegraphing it, but that small little lurk from Rush, getting that molly down, it cuts off the rotators trying to get back in towards site. And man, oh man, did it bail them out big time.
I'm just like surprised that we're seeing this too. I mean, this is a great round that came in from Wiz, right? I mean, those shots were sick. But I mean, this is the thing we definitely noticed. I mean, when we saw EG playing last night, I mean, like I said, they like to go A. That just seemed to be, you know, what they wanted to do. Now we're kind of noticing that they're still putting pressure on Banana. A lot of hesitation, though. They're really running that clock. And we, you know, I feel like you and I went on a bit of a tangent about this, too, because how many times have we noticed, like, the MIBR kind of, like, fumbled a few times, as well as the, you know, is EG waiting the clock too low, and we're kind of still seeing that same behavior.
Yeah, honestly, what I like about EG is they give themselves 30 seconds, though. You can see the time. 30 seconds is plenty of time to reroute, actually hit a different bomb site, so they're executing at the right time. This is kind of my issue with just a small side note. I don't know why my BRs catch strays on this stream, but they do like to, you know, leave that clock way too dry. They don't give themselves enough time. That's the key distinction that we just got out of EG.
Huge.
You're executing into that B bomb site with 40 seconds left. And it doesn't go right, so Rush is lurking out towards that A side. He finds himself a kill. It's all done and dusted, but right now another kill found out by Walco in this occasion. Malbs is going on the re-aggression, though. He is somewhat put on notice here. Inside of the flames are at least dancing around them. Well, they're not going to spread there. More damage done to stand. No way, he goes straight through that smoke. Oh, he's making so much noise. Malbs, that smoke soon to fade.
He still gets a kill.
Fight. Oh, he got him straight through the smoke.
Oh, man, he read him. I mean, and that was Mulbs playing behind Car too, right? I mean, the fact that he's able to find that kill with 8 HP. Even Walco now, look at that. Even Pesa does take down the one, but a great trade. IDK, the trigger discipline, this could be huge. He may be able to find something. They haven't cleared it. And now look at that, but Wiz! Oh no, again! Another no-scope to able to get an opener here. And EG pull it through. What is with this guy, no-scopes?
Dude, he's just so insane, man. Oh, that could have been their last little bit of hope right there. IDK. I don't know what happened to you right there. Only Wiz can tell you, man. That is stunning stuff, though. Again, this guy continues to step up. Absolutely love to get this guy out in playoffs, right? For some reason, it's like he comes on to a whole nother level. He gets himself mentally prepared. It seems like the pressure really works for this guy. He becomes so much more impactful in clutch situations. I mean, you can still kind of rely on this guy in the clutch. But it's lovely to see all this work paying out for EG, at least in this one player, man. Again, Wiz, he's continuing to impress here in this team.
He really is. I mean, again, like he was one of the only players, in my opinion, that was kind of really standing out when he, you know, when we watched him last night. I mean, he was, you know, a rating of 1.11. He still had like really decent score lines. I mean, getting some good shots. The op is getting activated. And there's like a quick little glimpse of that too. I mean, we talked about the no scope yesterday. Does it there? IDK just robbed of a kill. A little unfortunate for him, but lots of rounds to go. Deagle out now. Mulbs trying to see what he can do. Misses it. Stan able to find Pesa, so now IDK getting taken down pretty low. He does find a kill at least, but a slight player advantage here on a 4-on-3 situation now, but EG might just go right back for the old A hit, and that's what they want to do, and TRK now has to be able to find something. Waiting a little bit longer, the bomb actually makes the cross, and TRK does still find Stan, so that's a good kill, and now just baiting time. This is the right play.
Yeah, it is. It's a very good play here. He picks up a UMP. It's not quite the best weaponry, but it's still workable here. On the aggression, though, is Rush making sure to take some names out with him. Malbs, though, he is rounding the corner quickly. His position soon should be expected, especially as Maluk falls, and I don't know how much Malbs can say about this round. He's good, but is he a 1v2 on the A side of Inferno? Good, we'll find out. He's in towards sight, and yeah, that crossfire is just far too much to deal with there. Great play from Walco, and rush to secure things up, even retrieved, and Evil Genius is, again, putting up a pretty impressive T side, at least so far.
It really is, and I mean, again, like, I know I talked a lot about this yesterday, but their T side on Inferno, like, statistically is really not their best side, so the fact that we're actually seeing some pretty decent, convincing rounds, it's a thing you love to see if you're an EG fan, and I was a little bit worried that last round because, you know, Walco was in a big position. Being in that big pit, like you said, that crossfire is really, really important. So if he would have died, I mean, again, that would have brought it down to the 1v1 and making that a very winnable situation here for Mulbs, but again, they stay disciplined, they win that. Give themselves a 2-round buffer. And now we're going to see TeamOne back on the rifles with the AWP going to be in play now as well. Maluk does have that equipped.
I like to see the AWP coming out from Maluk here to try and bring in some impact there. Maybe just try and lock down some more ground towards this A side. Help them out with some of these opening picks because Evil Genius have been finding out, you know, a good winning formula for it, but a quick Halls pop just to throw it into the mix there. Chop diving above the head of TRK. You can't expect it. Maluk does answer back. Molly's gonna flush him out of position right into the open arms of Walco, who lands another nose scope. Oh my god. And we might as well call it a day here. Sure, Malbs has a full utility set, but this A side is very tricky to get past, and he gets him straight through the smoke. Pesa hits the deck, and he can't even see his opposition. EG.Wiz. He doesn't give him a chance to retake.
Oh man, okay, there we go. Thank you, Jacob. I'm excited to see this. Nice play from Chop, though. Look at TRK. He was like, I don't know who to go for. A tough situation to be in. I mean, he knew one player was above him, but then he also knew another one's going to be right behind as well, so... But man, I mean, I know Wiz right now, we're talking a lot about him, but I mean, having her Opper being this activated and just getting the kills like this is frustrating to play against if you're TeamOne. I mean, now they're going to be having a 3-round deficit. You know, again, they just can't seem to catch a break a little bit, but Wiz just doing Wiz things, man.
Yeah, an extraordinary amount of impact here from him. Chop finding some nice entries, man. This is, you know, when this team is very scary. Rush has been a pretty effective force as well. Right, so when we talk about some of the fragging elements on this team, it usually is Wiz leading the pack here. Chop has actually been a very effective, you know, stats finder as well, and so it is some of the core Carpe Diem players that are showing up big time, and then Rush was doing really well to boot right now. Walco's also having himself a hell of a game, so a lot of players in good positions here, and this is where you like EG Black, when everyone's firing at all cylinders, when everyone's coming in warmed up in the server. Nice start though from Malbs. She's gonna pluck Rush right out of server, and that wasn't working too much for MIBR yesterday. They were going for that boost quite often. I bet you they're pretty frustrated with the fact that once TeamOne assemble it for the first time, it instantly nets them an opening pick.
That's such a good point too, because yeah, I think it was, you know, MIBR tried it so many times, and then EG's like, yeah, okay, we'll try it, and then they got it too. So it's like, well, all right then. I guess TeamOne will be the first Brazilian team to do that in the playoffs. Stand another boost to the smoke, trying to see what he can find. And right now, EG in that deficit, right? So, I mean, we got TeamOne in the advantage situation, hasn't lost anybody. Mulb still does have his M4. Waiting things out. A 4-1 stat, or a 4-1 play happening here from the CT side. EG just waiting things out, running the clock a little bit. Getting a little bit more composed. Oh, and look at this. Maluk, he's just fully open in middle. He's able to find that kill. Finally gets traded, but... Oh, man, losing that Opera of Wiz right now. That's not what you want. And EG going to be fully blind. 30 seconds like we talked about. Now it's just going to be Mulbs able to find the first kill. Time is ticking. Mulbs goes in the molly and he still finds a kill. Denies it, so it's just down to Chop by himself. The bomb's dropped in bracket. And he's just going to have to concede defeat right now because, again, everybody's just getting taken out. Mulbs with the 3K.
Honestly, it feels like Malbs in this round is just like, guys, if we're struggling the whole day, I'll just, I'll go there and I'll try and have some impact, and man, does he. This is what is really important about your star players here. Sometimes Malbs, he can go a little bit silent in the server, but when he's called upon, you know he's going to be good for a big multi-kill or two, and right there, he just steps up. Gets a little bit of support from his teammates with the boost, but then he makes sure to capitalize by finding a follow-up 2K. 3 in the round total, and we need a whole lot more out of that from Malbs, but that's the start of something really good here. If TeamOne can continue to give him the resources, put him in the right places, they'll be golden here. He's still over towards his, what I would call home of Banana. On Inferno. He's very comfortable in these positions, getting aggressive. It's Pace actually getting aggressive here, but they claim all the control.
Yeah, there's a really good amount of real estate that Pace has been able to get now, just playing on logs. Actually repositioning again. Is he actually going to walk through this? Is he actually going to commit to this? I don't know why. I mean, it's such a bold move. And now the rotate's coming in. I mean, Malbs is able to get through there in time. I mean, that's fine, but I'm just a little bit unsure of that call. I mean, did he think it was clear?
I can't lie, man. I'm very judgmental of that play, but what I've seen that work so many times where, you know, they give up banana control and no one's really watching that. Usually no one just sits and holds a smoke push, you know, because no one would expect that play. So it kind of makes sense in theory, but it looks silly when it doesn't work out in execution. Stan, he has coverage from EG.Wiz. Smoke goes in. Timing should have favored him there, but it's a second too late. IDK,
oh my god, oh my god!
Is perfectly timed though, and it takes down 2. Malbs to follow it up with 1 more, and what started out so well could come collapsing if it wasn't for EG.Wiz. We find the equalizer here in the 2-on-2 now. They have a chance to punch in the digits, but they have to do so soon. There's a flank on Banana. They start to realize that though, as you have one player deep in towards CT, flank from Chop. Oh, the leg shot comes through, and Chop making sure to capitalize on that. It's just TRK, and his location should be known.
Yeah, they only got 12 seconds though to commit to this. TRK does find that kill, so now only 9 seconds remaining. EG.Wiz either has to commit to this plant or go for the fight. He is going to plant this. He actually will commit to it, and TRK is able to bring things back. A close round for EG, but it just slips away on the timer again. But look at this play here. Man, that was good. That timing was just impeccable. I mean, again, just able to find a double, almost making it the triple. Malbs able to find another one, but man. Again, EG, they're trying to be a little bit slow. Trying something a little bit different than what we saw yesterday. But again, like I said, I mean, still doing some same behaviors that we saw yesterday, but it's definitely improved.
Honestly, it looked like no one really wanted to go in there, right? Nice shot, though, from Maluk. Open up proceedings there. That is very aggressive, very in your face. Frustrating for Rush as he gets plucked out of the server once again, man. A couple of rounds where he's been first death here in this half. He's got to be extremely frustrating. But, yeah, I feel like in that last round they could have, you know, maybe had some more aggressive elements. It looked like they were just kind of stuck behind some utility there. And so, yeah, of course you're going to see some lineups come through. Great position to be in if you're TeamOne trying to bounce back here. Look at this aggression, man. Malbs, again, looking to just take so much initiative on this A side. Once he gets the resources to hop over towards this side of the map, he's constantly looking for fights. He's constantly looking to extend these advantages.
Oh, and Walco and Chop able to find 2. And actually, I was going to say, Malbs actually did have his nade out at the wrong time. As soon as he brought that HE out, they just went for the big swing. So now, I mean, they got a couple players in lane as well. TRK does find the lurk of Stan. Walco with a big trade back. It's a 2-and-2. And actually a full blind was with another one, man. Oh, you don't even need to give him a scope. I mean, that's 3. That's 3 no scopes that we've seen this game. Oh, this guy can do anything with the op, apparently. Pesa, though, in a good position. Might be able to find this kill. He does. And right now, again, a one-on-one. EG.Wiz missing the shot. They both know exactly where they are. EG.Wiz has to find it, but misses it again. He's trying to see what he can do, and it's a bit of a jiggle. And a wiggle, but it's going to be EG.
Dang, man, EG.Wiz is just doing everything right now. It is stunning. He was a little bit frustrated not winning that last clutch, so he'll make sure to make up for it with a lovely little clutch of his own in the next round, man. Great stuff from EG.Wiz. Making sure not to fold.
Yes, yes, I love it. It's good, it's good. Alright, but even way, again, the ops are going to be back out. Luke, actually. Alright. Ooh, okay, alright. He's a little irritated. He's feeling a little spicy. He wants to find something quick, and Stan going to get caught off guard with the util in hand. Now I was able to find him. Regain that banana control once more. Now Pesa can go through the smoke if he wants and actually rush.
Did he find that kill? Oh my god,
He did. Yeah, despite the stack, I mean, he wins that kill. At least one of them.
Oh. I thought he was just gonna get sidelined right there. He'd have been done and dusted. He walks away swinging though. Great awareness there from Rush. Probably the best of a bad situation there. Walking into the double up here, but walking into it once again, another bit of a crossfire. Pesa though, flushed out of position. TRK can't confirm this bracket's control. He has to fall off as well. So right now, position's gonna be somewhat promising. I like the way that Mavs is playing banana right now though. Gets this deep jump spot in. Can get a little bit of control here. It's not as risky. Oh, there's the head spotted. I wonder if Mavs was spotted anything. He's going for the fight, man. As soon as he spots out the op or down bottom banana, he starts to get a little bit aggressive, but he eventually won't press his luck for too long, and TRK gonna drive the knife in the back right there.
Yeah, looks like the X-Suit's gonna come in. Last two players are gonna be throwing the smokes, the mollies. Elms does have to reposition now. Pesa does get caught a little bit here, does have the dig out. Wiz does find him, but Malm's still able to be in the sight. Never mind, no he's not. So now we're right back to an even footing. Malm should be able to get planned, that's fine. Wiz in a good position, waiting, expecting this. Oh, look at this read. Look at this read, but he misses the shot. He somehow misses it. I don't know how he missed that. It looked like it was dead to rights. Both these CTs now just waiting in the smoke. Oh, and look at this. I mean, the fact that he repositions like this. I mean, surely they expect this. Oh my god, and he's able to find the one. Not able to get that second though, and there it is. Team1. They're in a one-round deficit.
And Wiz put in another 1v1. He doesn't get it across the line in this occasion. Tough loss as well, man. Because he knows if he would have hit that shot, that would have been the round done. It would have been over. Maluk probably would have been off to save, and they would have won the half. But instead, missing by just minor margins, and unfortunately for him, it cost him right there at the end of the day.
Like, how many times, Cole, have we seen Wiz in, like, no-scopes, 1v1 situations? Like, the guy's put in everything right now. They're like,
it's
hey,
where you want him, though. He's so good in the clutch.
That
This
is
is exactly
true.
where you want him. I mean, when it comes to 1v2 conversions, I think this was Hex who said that he just doesn't lose them. I mean, I guess he does at the end of the day sometimes, but really,
theoretically.
how much can you ask from a player?
exactly.
So consistent in those clutch positions.
Oh, and actually, Team1 get that information through Banana. Yeah, a little bit of a pop, just one flash. They're going to see what they can do. Just Glocks. At least they get a kill, though. Stan. Yeah, your time's limited. And there we go. And last round of the first half, and things have been brought back to a tie situation. EG, no op available on the board here. And it's just going to be 5 AKs. Op's still going to be available here from Maluk. The one thing I'm really liking, though, Cole, is that we are seeing Team1, like, they are playing, like, kind of that microaggression, right? They're kind of, like, pushing for banana control. Sometimes the players kind of, you know, spontaneously push down mid or go for a big peak, and they actually do win those fights, if not, get information.
Yeah, I've really much so liked to see the, you know, slight early aggression coming through from them towards B, and then following it up with a lot of aggression towards A. But there you go, man. Maybe a little too aggressive there. IDK gets caught just looking a bit silly with his nade out. This is going to cause some very rapid scaling, and Maluk does not expect that sort of speed, though. Stan able to have his impact in this half with a double entry. This should really solidify an 8-7 scoreline. Little 5-on-2 post plan on that A bomb site doesn't really favor T1 by any means.
I was thinking they might even try to go for the double stack right now just to see what they can find over top. Malm's going to burn his flash. He's going to push on through. It's just down to him. Yeah, and this is looking like it's a wrap, and it is going to be a wrap. An 8-7. We're going to take a short break. We'll see you for half number 2.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Oh, hey, didn't see you there. We're now here for the second half. EG with a slightest lead. Joined here with Jacob Happman and, of course, Cole Exner McHenry. Well, it's McHenry, but whatever. Sorry, Cole.
No, you nailed it.
All right, just making sure. Oh, hey. Whoa, hang on a second. TeamOne. Ain't messing around, man. They're just going right in for this. Walco by himself. Oh, God. Walco, please. Walco, please. You need to find this. Okay, well, Chop does redeem him a little bit, but rotates here, though, Cole. They're ready to go.
Yeah, nice shot from Wiz, to be honest. That helps, but unfortunately for him, TRK was actually watching that little boost up there, making sure to do his due diligence and having his teammates back. So it's a quick trade. Tit for tat, and now Stan moving in here. They clear out CT spawn. They know exactly where these players are. Stan gonna get caught with his back turned and all the information in the world. Rush spotted out on the jiggle as well. So a little 1-on-3 action that no one's gonna give up. And he's down to 2 HP. Everyone just swings in unison. Team1 off to a pretty good start here on the T side. A little rush B action, but it works out wonderfully.
Does work out pretty wonderfully. So now, EG gonna force up. Wiz gonna actually go for the scout on this one. And 5-7s and Deeks to complement it. I think it was yesterday too, right? I mean, I think Wiz actually was able to, you know, when he picked up a scout in the second round that they actually did lose, I think he actually picked up a couple multi-frag kills, if not making some pretty good damage, but we'll see if he can do it again. See what the kid's got.
Yeah, I mean, he like jiggle peeked banana and nailed a head, or I mean vertigo. He jiggle peeked down ramp and just nailed a headshot there. That's the one thing that I remember, was that he was looking very sharp, even with some tricky shots. So he do some damage here for sure. A lot of entrustment in him to do damage. But again, it looks like they just want to straight up hit B. They're not really overthinking rounds like this, and you can respect it. They're going to be able to beat the stack. Something that they were able to get across the line, but they're not going to be able to beat Chop out on the site here. He's going to find a lovely little 1D to open us up with a 4-on-5 advantage. HG's going to be tossed right on the bomb planter. Not as much damage as you would have thought, but TRK put on notice with a shot from Wiz through the smoke, I believe. Now into a 4-on-5 here. We'll see if Evil Geniuses can pull off this retake.
Yeah, I still got a lot of time too, and Rush finally joins the party too. A little bit of utility. He does have that smoke and the HE, so now it's going to be thrown. This could be good. That HE does a little bit of damage, not as much as you think. Stan does find a kill. Now these pistols, man, they're starting to sing, and it's a 3-on-2. And the HP of the players are low, and now it's just down to TRK, and that's it. And I don't think there's going to be enough time, but, I mean, at least they picked up some guns. They're not going to pick up a round, but it's close.
Oh, tough position right there. You know Walco's down as well, man. You know he's not going away with that expanded bomb radius. Unfortunately for him, he's going to hit the deck. And Team1, they do claim the round. It was a forced buy there, so of course, you know, Evil Genius's end goal is not to do economic damage. It's to fully convert it. So they're probably a little bit frustrated. They did pull the pin on that execution, or rather re-execution on that B-bomb. Said a little quicker, but hey. You're not walking away empty-handed. You got a Galil, you got a 5-7 dropped over. At least you could have if you were Rush. We'll see what he can do here. He's got the Galil, he's got the one rifle. He's up against a couple players with lacking weaponry.
Yeah, I mean, Rush is the only player too with, again, the armor. So again, he's going to hold that rifle. The only rifle, like you said. I mean, Walco got taken out last time by the good old bomb explosion. And now, actually, Team1 are going to put a little bit more pressure towards this bracket, and it's going to be Rush that's close on by with the Galil, but actually he does get just removed. Back10's able to find it. Both these CTs are kind of split apart from each other. Another smoke going to be used, but Stan, like you said, only has a USP. Finally conjoined here with Walco. Going to leave Chop towards B by himself, just kind of, again, just waiting in case things change. So lots of time here for Team1 if they want to make a change in the plan. A little bit of a crossfire if you want to call it. Oh, this might be it. This might be the moment Stan might just try to go for a peek. Yeah, it's not much.
Nice attempt right there. Fortunately, no cigar, and this one will be over before any trickery can take place from Evil Geniuses. They look to be a little bit hungry for some exits, though, so they'll stick around for a little while longer. They're swiftly dealing with some of the problems out shop. Working with the B250, but nothing found. Mouse making sure to build some confidence in a round like this. And now it's double digits claimed by Team1. Not too bad as well. We'll see if they can keep up this T side, or if they start to fall flat to EG's gun rounds. But here's the first opportunity for them to bring out the weapons.
Lot routing on this one. Again, just one op going to be available here for EG. I think we even saw, what was that, last night they tried doing a double op? I mean, again, that was on Vertigo. They were trying a lot of things, but not going to be the case here. And Stanislaw, you are pushing down middle, and now Walco is able to find one. That's the bomb actually dropped too, so look at that. The vet IGL. Oh my gosh, IDK got dinked. What is going on? How does Stan know? Guy's a mastermind. He is an evil genius.
Oh man. Slipping right on by. Stanislaw doing everything in that round right there to keep things nice and composed. Wiz finally gets to make his op sing towards the tail end there, but that's what they needed, man. Stan was a little bit slow so far in this half. They needed him to come up big time. I don't even know what that is right there. A little on the fly, run and gun.
Man, that was so sick. Like, he's just fragging out, then he just, like, does a quick little turn. He's like, bam! Alright, I'm gonna keep going. Dink. Like, dink. Yep, alright, and I'll just wait for you to come to me. What a great round that we see from Stan. He's been a little bit quiet, but, I mean, that round he put himself up in a triple situation. Now a gun round gonna be commenced again here from TeamOne. Utility a little bit more lackluster in this one, right? 2 players only holding it. Oh, gonna be here from Maluk, but what? Hold on a second, but Malb, sorry, does get that double kill, and there it is. Stan finding another one. Oh, they're just gonna put this bomb towards it. It's just Stan holding this by himself. Finally gets rushed close on by. Waiting for the flash. Oh my god, he actually tries to re-aggress again, but he will get removed. And now a 4-on-2 situation, but Wiz, he's just trying to save it. Nope,
Oh.
that ain't the case.
They needed right there, man. They would need a little bit of Mab's trickery, a little Mab's firepower to, you know, get them around out of the hat. This is what we've been missing out of this team. Again, in playoffs, guy has been so far the least performing player for TeamOne. And when that's being said, man, you know that there's some struggles in his camp. But right there, I mean, he just does what he does best. He finds 2 opening picks on that B bomb site. Sure, he goes down, but the damage is already done. He's found 2 entries with very little supporting utility. It's just his raw mechanics that get the job done. And if TeamOne have the comfort, the cushion of a couple of rounds like that, man, there's no wonder teams struggle against this roster, even some very promising teams, because he can give you a free round out of nowhere, but a free kill through the smoke by a couple heat seekers onto Pesa.
Yeah, that's a good way to get a frag. I mean, that'll do. Now, again, TeamOne, despite being in the... Oh my... Okay, alright, that's a nice shot. A little bit of a tracer, that's good.
Take down my boy through the smoke with some HEs. I'll trade it right back, says TRK. Taste your own medicine.
Ain't that the truth? Now EG actually, again, now just putting their 3 players going to be leaning on this A site, leaving Chop by himself. Walco has to make a decision if he wants to read a book or if he wants to get out of this one. He will leave it. TeamOne now putting a bit more pressure into this, and IDK does get that good kill, so now he can wrap the site. Oh, this is just, yeah, this is just falling apart pretty quickly. I mean, Rush, an MP9, unless they just do not clear him. And he just puts an element of surprise. Oh, okay, now I'm just waiting. Now I'm just waiting. Alright, there we go. We're fine. It's fine. It's all over.
Someone got him. That's all that matters. Not a terrible save here from Chop. Again, probably going to call it a day. Get some extra utility with the saved rifle. Just now realized this, but DRK's been farming up a storm as well. 26 and 11.
Mm-hmm. He definitely has.
He's been flying underneath my radar, but you can't deny the sheer numbers that he's delivering at the moment.
Man, that was just a Hail Mary of nades. Like, they were just... Yeah. You could see the 3rd one was even coming. You're like, yeah, I'm dead. There's nothing I'm doing with this.
It's pretty sick.
Pretty sick.
I think that's, yeah, that's something that MIBR did to Stan yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they're just, taking a page out of the MIBR's book here on Inferno. It was a great idea.
It was good use of the utility, right? I mean, especially when they were kind of lower on the funds. I mean, good to see. And Cole, a fun fact is that Nouns actually have won their match 16-11. They get to head to the grand finals with a 2-0. First map being a forfeit. But now they're going to be sitting pretty. They're going to be waiting.
Oh wow. Yeah, that is a fun fact. Nice nuke victory over MIBR. That's not easy to do. Impressive.
Oh, that's impressive too.
Jeez, double entry starting off the round, man. Okay, Pesa going to say head-to-head with Stanislaw. Give him a little hello. I don't think that's going to have too much impact in the grand scheme of this round, though. Site's still claimed.
Yeah, they're just
damage already done, and I think they're still saving, yeah.
I mean, Stan... Okay, Stan's just making noise. I was going to say, like, Stan looks like he was trying to do something, but just kind of keep them on their toes, making them think, yeah, They look like they might want to try to go for it, but look at this situation now, right? Team One going to be putting themselves on a 13th round. EG only being able to pick up 1 round the second half, so they have to save these rifles. It's so important. All 3 need to survive too. Can't lose more than that.
Otherwise, you'll be putting yourself in a bit of an awkward position. Use a double opener, man. Just a bit of unfortunate timing there. Maybe some lack of preparation and, I don't know, utility or something. It just seems like EG not really well versed on this defense. You can see they kind of just peeked in towards the middle, expecting nothing, but what the reality was there was so much presence there, and then even Malbs dropping Chop before the round is over, all said and done. Like you said, if they wanted to get one of those really good investments out in this round, I guess Chop still has 6k. He saved an AK not too long ago. That might bail them out of this, but it's still going to apply a certain pressure here. Op is tossed in towards Wiz. He will have that afforded to him. And Walco can probably buy Chop, I think, or Rush maybe. Imagine this is on the EG camp, given the string of rounds that T1 are getting.
They must be. Again, they got to figure things out. I mean, this is important because, again, everything's spent. A full gun round here. I mean, their loss bonus is at 3,400, but again, it's just, they got to make sure they can put this op to work and make sure that they can try to get themselves back into some kind of a double-digit form here. And, well, we did get confirmation from Jacob. It was an EG timeout, so we were right. We were right for once, Cole. That feels good. I was going to say, imagine it was a TeamOne one. I would have just been like, oh, all right, cool.
You know what? They probably would have called that timeout in any other day just to spite us.
That's true. Yeah, that's probably a thing. Yeah, I agree with you.
They love, sometimes I'll do like a post-game interview. You'll read into a timeout way too much and you'll just realize it was all for a bathroom break or something like that.
Yeah.
It's very fun to realize that when you're trying to build up like really cool storylines and like IGL battles and stuff like that. You know, have the coach's impact right now. I can imagine Axto having a say for the team right now, right? I mean, you gotta have some life left in this defense, surely. And they threw a great utility set. Wiz finds a great opening pick, and maybe Wiz is looking to bring some life into this roster with his aggression. Malb's looking to turn the corner, but knows certain death lies in, and Wiz is on an absolute tear. One more, he can't land the flick. IDK will finally put an end to it, but again, the damage is done.
Yeah, the fact that he's able to find 3 duels like that and win it. I mean, now look at this. EG are setting themselves in an amazing position where 4 on 2. The bomb's still in control here for Team 1, but they got a smoke and a molly with a flash that they can use to go for this B execute if they want. But if they're going to pull back, they're going to have to do it now. I mean, they have some money. They can definitely go for this if they want and just try to gamble it. The molly's going to be placed. Ooh, it actually does miss. Okay. Learn that lineup a little bit more. Alright, they're going to do this. 10 seconds, too.
Oh yeah, this is just not enough time here. I feel like surely you're gonna call this one off. I
think they're just trying to bait the positioning. Yeah. I think they were trying to do like a fake execute just so they can catch a player off guard if they're gonna overswing it. I don't actually mind that. That's a little... It's interesting. Alright.
Yeah, and honestly, IDK, it doesn't matter if he goes down. He could have reinvest. So it's not like he is needing this economy. It's just more so Pesa who needed to stay alive with the AWP. So yeah, if he could have found like a kill or 2, that would have put them on that magic number, finding themselves 3 kills in the round total. That's kind of where you want to be if you want to do economic damage. Not able to find that though. Nice and tidy is EG. And again, like I said, that timeout, fresh off the back of it, they're bringing in a little bit of energy there. Wiz consistently performing for this team, and he does it again, a massive 3K. That has to be the start of something good, though.
Yeah, they're going to need a little bit more than that for just Wiz, you know, popping off. I mean, he's 1 kill away from dropping 20. And there it is, nades coming in. Chop, oh my goodness, he's able to get out of that tight situation. Walco able to find that first opener, but now Pesa does remove his teammate. Rush there, though, close on by to help out. Team 1 in a unique positioning right now. Walco's still in a decent position on second orange, but does finally get caught. Peekaboo, he's tagged, he's it. And now, EG, in the back of CT spawn. Oh my. Oh my goodness, again, look at that. Just 2 kills like that. Blink of an eye and it's done. Unless we see Rush do something absolutely insane. The boy from Wisconsin, can he do it?
They're giving them fights through the smoke here. They gotta be careful. They don't want to isolate themselves from one another. TRK, he's down low. Continue to make noise though, man. Rush, he really doesn't have much of an option though. He's so low in HP, and eventually he's gonna bail out. He's gonna call it quits here. That is a brutal round from TeamOne, man. A statement being made, man. Pesa, he's had a bit of a slow game so far, but what he does right there is so impactful. He dives through the CT smoke. He finds the first kill. He chops up shot from his teammates, and they're able to overwhelm, just consistently taking the fight towards CT spawn. They didn't even plant the bomb. They just prioritized the aggression there, the kills. TeamOne want to win by elimination.
Yeah, somehow, again, like, this was where EG had a decent lead. Not as big as what we saw yesterday, but I mean, now it's starting to be that TeamOne have just made this massive stride back. I mean, they're just now putting themselves a 4-round lead, like you said. And EG, we questioned a lot about the mental game yesterday, and we're gonna have to see what they're gonna have to do. This was their pick, right? I mean, Inferno was the one that they were kind of relying on. Potentially get themselves into a 3-map series. Not to say they can't do it, but if yesterday was any indication, I mean, it definitely kind of pans out to be the same, but decent molly gets thrown. Stopping things out, Walco trying to see what he can find. Chop does find a nice kill though, and he's actually fully blind, and now TeamOne, they're just going to go for this execute. Walco with another kill, okay. There we go, that's what we need to see. Now TeamOne, they're just going to pull back on this. Look at IDK. Cole, he's got so much control. If he gets this kill on the stand, I mean, this allows his team to get some decent control.
Oh, and an apartment's one on the backside here. No, wait, Wiz is up front and forward. He still nails a shot, but trade is swift as ever. Maluk gonna make it past the sight line of Rush. Numbers being planted, but there's a fast flank from Rush here. Attention not drawn in time. And now a 1v3 asked of IDK. Does he have it in him? How is he gonna find a way to isolate these fights here? He's gotten himself in towards pit. It's a good post plant position. There's an EG on Walco. We'll see where he's able to use that.
IDK in the big pit, but there he is. He's spotted quickly. There we go. EG only losing 2, and they keep themselves alive for this. The TeamOne do have plenty of funds. I mean, it's not going to be unreal, but again, they have funds that they can get at least all rifles across. Should be able to. I think even a Galil maybe here from Pesa, possibly. Doing quick math. Not going well, I'll be honest, but we'll wait and see. Okay, Mac 10. Just kidding. He's going to go for the Mac 10 with Util. I think that's even a better move.
Yeah, can be. Here's, I mean, with how aggressive he has been in some of these rounds, maybe you like that mobility. Diving through smoke's perfect for it. Aggressive play right there. Boldness coming through. Stan is on fire, and not in a good way.
Okay, Maluk caught with an HE too, though. I was actually, look at how aggressive he is. But Walco, okay. Now the double ops are out. I mean, I talked a lot about that yesterday. Now TeamOne, they make a good fake here at the B site. Rush able to find a kill. He gets some good information. And even Wiz, he's still here. That op is ready to go. Bomb's going to be dropped now. Maluk on a 1-on-4 situation by himself. 1:13. Kind of sitting there like, well, I don't know what to do. What do I go for this? I mean, he's got to save, right? I mean, he doesn't really have much control of this round. And it looks like that's what he's doing.
Not a bad idea. Going in a safe here. So interesting little distinction from EG as of yesterday, EG today is now their backs are against the wall, and it seems like they're punching back. They're coming in with a little bit of energy here. It's really promising. You know, they easily, if they were up against, or if they were playing the same way they were yesterday, they could have choked things out very quickly, called it a day with TeamOne gathering a lead. It could have been devastated. No, they're holding up a nice bit of resiliency. What are all these chickens doing? Apartment. So look at 3 chickens, 1 in the floor. I don't know what's going on there in apartments, man. There must be a lot of chicken food. Seeds? Grass?
Yeah.
I don't really know what chickens eat.
You can give him like a of feed or something?
I think you give them chicken feed, yeah. I've had chickens before, so I should know this, but I didn't really
know this.
I didn't really deal with them.
Oh, jeez. You shouldn't have even told us.
Yeah.
That is cool, though.
Yeah, it was. It was a good time. The eggs were very good, fresh. It kind of tasted like regular eggs, so to me.
Do your friends call you, like, Farmer Cole or what?
They do call me a farmer, but not for not for my chickens.
All right. Well, we're gonna move on to that. We're just gonna blow past that one. I love it. A bit of a mix buy from TeamOne. AK Gleel with a weird composition of guns. They're just trying to force up everything they can. Get themselves on that map point. EG actually went for the 3-player stack towards B, and now finally going to go back to the 3-2. Expecting a B hit, but instead it will be now a little bit reconfigured. I feel like B has been the best site for TeamOne to hit, to be honest.
Had a lot of success in that direction, that's for sure. Able to pressure that constantly here. This crossfire could be chopped up, though. Really good flashbangs. Look how permanently blind Rush is. Stan. They could not see a thing for so long, man. One of those flashes coming through from Pesa couldn't have been betterly placed. And what does this leave Evil Geniuses off to, man? Do they want to save and concede? Map point on their map pick. That's what they're going to do, man. Tough pill to swallow. But man, oh man. The flashes that were just thrown in from Pesa. I don't know where those came from. But there was nothing Evil Geniuses could do.
Yeah, we gotta take a look at the VOD after this, because honestly, like, that's crazy. I mean, it came down to them having those flashes just perfectly placed. Like, you could see it. Rush was in the middle of the site. He was fully blind. He had no idea what to do. And I was joking about TeamOne with their composition of guns, and it didn't matter. All they needed was some utility, and that's all they get. And now they're a map point. Damn.
It's crazy what an extra like 2 flashes can do on an execute, right? It's small details like that can change, a potential winning game or closing things out there. And honestly, just nothing you could do. You could see Rush was blinded up for so very long, and then you just constantly were pushing. You almost got all the way out towards Moto for like TRK, I believe, who was on the Mac 10 there. Sure, he doesn't find the kill, but that space being created, that ground being gained off the back of those flashes was so incredible. So great stuff. Excellent play from TeamOne with the slightly lacking purchase. To call out a play like that and to have that sort of depth on your opponent's map pick, man, that makes this team very scary.
It really does. And you talked about this in the pre-show too. I mean, TeamOne, like we were saying, they were kind of, not their normal form when we got to see them on the stream earlier, but now looking a lot more composed, right? I mean, definitely a different team than what we saw from day 1 that was, I think we captured them on. So good to see. I mean, in the situation of the lower bracket, but you know what? They're learning. And now they got themselves on a map point to, like you said, take the opponent's map pick away. Now EG gonna have to do everything in their power to bring back these next 3 rounds, pushing overtime, which would be the same thing that we saw yesterday in their series. Just with a good shot, spots the hat, not able to find it. 4 players stacked here, Cole, and TeamOne, I think they've got a bit of a feel on the plan.
It's a bold call to make here when your back's against the wall, EG. They're trying not to play stagnant, though, so you can come to respect it. Right? They're trying to switch up the setups. IDK taking a lot of flack fighting out against Stan. Oh, but you don't want to play tucked in on these bomb sites, I feel. After that last execute, man, I would not want to be playing in any sort of vulnerability of whatever flashes were thrown from base. So there's no way you can dodge it here. Luckily, they will dodge out on the aggression towards A. But right now, TeamOne like to set their sights towards that B side here. Smoke tossed in, 45 seconds left. Just looking at the counter utility that they have. Chop has a full belt on him, but they're just going to bypass the smoke. They're not going to allow Chop to get his full utility belt down just yet. TRK blinded up by the flashbang, and he's not going to be able to take down Chop. Enough time being bought. Chop being such a thorn on their side. No one's able to trade him either.
Nice flashes get thrown though from Chop, even though he gets taken down.
Uh-oh.
It's burning a little bit, but oh no indeed. Luke able to find a double. Rush does finally bring it back to a slight advantage here for the Geniuses. Stan coming in from Banana. Might be able to find this flank. I mean, a good distraction coming in from Rush. Stan needs to find this, and there it is. All right. EG survive. Whew. I was getting a little nervous, though. I mean, Maluk did a pretty good job clearing that site with the double. Getting the bomb down, too. I mean, puts him in a decent money situation. Not the best, obviously. IDK sitting at 2,200. Pesa with 36. But again, they could try to, you know, go for like a double rifle with things working around it. It worked before, right? I mean, we saw this a couple rounds ago, so maybe, just maybe.
Oh yeah, you come to expect it here. TeamOne and their force spies go together quite nicely, so they'll keep that trend true. Another force investment. But I mean, this isn't like so many teams, man. I would have to say, just would say for last year. I mean, any other roster, man. This team going for broke right now. Because if they drop this round, loss bonus probably hovering right now. Yeah, hovering at 1,900. So full investment here. Sure, you got AKs and some Galeos, Tech 9 in the hands of IDK, but leaves a lot to be desired. So your best opportunity for the rest of this game is to get the job done here and now.
It's all down to this. Only 2 more rounds, and again, we can see EG bringing things back to an OT, but they can definitely not let go of the gas pedal yet. They're going to have to make sure they're paying full attention right now, and TeamOne back to that 4-1 split. He's getting ready for the smoke lineup. That's going to be able to block off Archway, so left side mid, which will be effect against the Opper. Ooh, good molly, though. Oh, actually, it's a little bit late. Okay, there we go. I was thinking maybe he might be able to find that cheeky little time, and he doesn't. Oh, and it's a fake. Look at that. They're trying to draw on these rotations.
Just to be working here. Walco actually just retrieving a bit of utility here, but oh man, this could be huge. Smoke just been tossed in, leaving them with a minute left on the clock, and now that Rush has picked up some of that utility, he has himself a molly and a smoke. Wiz finds the opener. There's the lurk gone.
So
and
much
Wiz is going to
information.
activate very quickly on this rotate here. He leaves up Arch Vulnerable. IDK is going to start to claim this, and 45 seconds left on the clock. I think if you're TeamOne, you want to hit the brakes here, but a lot of damage being done to Chup. He still wins that fight versus Mobs. He goes for one more. How is he getting away with this? They have to reposition him towards this A side where Stanislaw shuts things down. And what probably is just done is save the day for Evil Geniuses in this map, as if he was to go down there, they would have lost that A bomb site in a 2-on-3. That could have been the end of days. Stan stepping up in a big way. Chop the same.
It was such a good point you made too, because again, TeamOne, they had the triple players down, Banana close to ready to go for that site take, but I'm a little bit surprised they didn't just kind of give it that few extra seconds for IDK to find something. I mean, he was sitting in a good position where he actually did take down. One player was able to get some decent control, but could have changed things around a little bit, giving them maybe just like some mispositioning from Evil Geniuses. But either way, maybe a miscomm, maybe not. I don't know, but either way, round number 30. And here we are, and TeamOne going to be resulting 1 AK with a bunch of pistols to work around, and TRK kind of debating what he wants to spend his $2,400 on. It will be a MAC-10. And here we go. EG have been able to make the climb, but the question can be, can they do it for OT?
And that would be a real turnaround for this team right now. I mean, just yesterday, they choked out this map, man. So devastatingly. It looked like they weren't able to bounce back mentally from it either. And now they come into this map, and they're making TeamOne choke here. It's impressive stuff. Little turning of the tables right now coming through from Evil Geniuses, but they still have to get this last round to confirm that here. And it looks like TeamOne could go back to the classics. A little execution on towards that A side here. It would really be well placed, as you're just now seeing Wiz rotate towards B.
Oh, good nade. That actually does land. Not enough damage. I thought it'd do a lot more than that, but Rush in the balcony. Does actually drop in the pit. He's fully blind. Look at this. Oh my gosh, they're still touching each other. There we go. And him and Rush are able to find, or him and Stans are able to find some kills. Mulb's able to get that deagle to start singing again. Oh, these pistols. Never count them out ever. And now it's a 3-on-3. The bomb's planted, so now EG have to get moving. They need to start doing something quick. Utility's getting a little bit more limited. Flash isn't with one piece of a smoke. Waiting it out. Mulb's still in big pit in a strong angle. Nades are coming in. Mulb's able to find that kill. Oh no, and it all just collapses, and it's going to be TeamOne taking the opponent pick. And we're going to go to map number 2. We'll see you after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eg.